Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Skies of Arcadia Legends. Alright, so we are in Yafutoma, and we have learned that the blue moon crystal, also known as the Maga Sphere to the people here, has been lost inside of Mount Kazai, and, well, we're just about to set out and get it. So if we talk to the ship parts merchant here, he says he is going to escort us, so let's go ahead and proceed. We finished up everything we need to do around here, so let's do it. So let's get going to Mount Kazai. I'll get the ship underway, so you guys can just sit back and take it easy. Oops, I almost forgot. If we're going to go inside Mount Kazai, I'd better take this along. And we received the underwater suit. That's interesting. Deep inside Mount Kazai is a cavern, and in some places there will be water. This underwater suit should come in handy. What? We have to go underwater? But I can't swim. Do not worry. As long as you are using the underwater suit, you should be fine. Just be sure to breathe normally. Well then, shall we be going? Make way for Mount Kazai. Oh, looks like we're going to get to do a little bit of underwater work. We haven't been able to do that so far. Mostly because Aika can't swim. I guess we could have had the chance to in Shrine Island way back, but we chose to find another plan. So we're going to be taken away to Mount Kazai. We've, of course, kind of been around here before. If you remember the Wonder Birds, I think they were. The Discovery were found kind of around there, but we can only get in this way since the entrance is way up here. Wow, the water here is so calm. It looks like glass. It's hard to imagine that this was a volcanic area covered in lava at one time. What is that thing? What? It looks like a huge bird. That must be Blueheim. Blueheim? Yes, Blueheim was the Blue Gigas. It looks like Blueheim was trapped in the lava and encased in stone. If that thing ever got free, we'd be in trouble. The Gigas she faced so far couldn't fly. I can't imagine how tough this one would be. We should secure the blue crystal as soon as we can. Let's go. So a little look at Blueheim before we go in there. Looks like, yeah, he got encased in the lava there. So it just kind of looks basically like a decoration. But, yeah, we need to make sure we get that blue moon crystal as soon as we can. We definitely don't want that thing breaking free. And thankfully, we haven't really seen any sign of the Valuans so far. So it seems like we're basically on our own here. So hopefully we can just get a straight shot and grab the moon crystal without too much trouble. Alright, so here we are inside of Mount Kazai. This is a pretty cool place. This is actually one of the more memorable dungeons for me. The music, you've heard this before, again referencing Shrine Island. It's weird how we're doing that, but we heard it in there. And there may have been another place, I don't really remember, but we got these waterfalls. The whole thing's kind of this dark blue themed type thing, and it looks really cool. And as you can see here, we've got some water blocking our path, and this is where we're going to don our underwater suit. They do this automatically, no need to worry about it. And as you can see, we can kind of walk along here on the bottom, so that's kind of interesting. It's a really kind of a primitive-looking suit, but, well, I guess it gets the job done. And, of course, nothing too complicated yet, just a little stretch, I guess, to sort of demonstrate it before you, really get into the thick of things. Alright, so once we round these couple corners, this is basically going to be the main hub. As you can see, we've got a few different doors kind of going along different paths. We've got something up there. Could just barely make out a moonfish, so yeah, we'll have to make our way over to that. And we got this huge area down here, so we're going to be doing quite a bit of stuff around here before we can actually continue. First things first, though, what's this rock? It looks like some sort of switch. It looks like it triggered some sort of water release valve. Ah, I see. The switch is probably here to fill this area with water. Yeah, so as you can see, once we press that switch, we raise the water level a little bit more. No, it's not near as complicated as Ocarina of Time's Water Temple, don't worry about that. But there are 4 switches we're going to need to press in total in order to basically fill this area up, so we can, as you can probably guess, jump off of that and down into the water below. Now, there's going to be one switch that's really important in each of these 3 doors off to the side, so we're going to go ahead and check out the one to the west first. Now, these first couple are going to be pretty easy. There's nothing too complicated here. This one might take you a little bit to figure out. As you can see, there are a lot of different water pools, and you can jump down every one of these, I'm pretty sure. but where you jump down, like which one you jump down, determines where you'll be in the bottom area. And yes, of course, we do have random battles. And I actually still have the white map equipped, I believe, so that's why we haven't really seen too many. There are a couple interesting things around here. This is a pretty good sort of spread of enemies here. Of course, the Go Loopers we've seen very briefly before. We also have these Krill Beasts as well as Slithars, which is kind of weird to see red elements in sort of a blue area. So it kind of, really has an interesting spread of elements here as well, blue, green, and red. So obviously the Go Loopers are probably going to run away. They're not going to be too much of a threat. Let's see, I think these two are pretty much even, the Krill Beast and the Slithar, so I don't think it really matters too much, like, who goes after what. Alright, I'm trying to think here. I guess, I don't know. I'm not really too concerned about elements at this point. I'm just having people attack random things. I'm not worrying about the Go Loopers because, like I've said before, most of the time they just run away first thing. So, yeah, there's no real trouble there. And we should be able to take the rest of these out with just regular attacks. Yeah, it's not too strong. I mean, Fina almost got it herself, so... And Aka can take down that thing. So this battle should probably be done after this turn, assuming nothing bad happens, like we miss or something. Now Enrique should get the last hit. There it goes. So again, the random battles still aren't that difficult. There are a couple other enemies we can run across here, but none of them really pose any challenge. So, no need to really worry about that too much. We picked up a moon robe there, which might be an equipment upgrade, probably for Fina, I would guess. I'm not sure... Okay, actually, it's a little bit worse. So we'll probably just leave that one in the old inventory. Alright, so back to these water pits here. There is one correct choice out of all these. It's going to be this one right here, basically to the center and the left. That's it's pretty easy to remember that way. As you can see, whenever we jump down, we're going to land on this little raised platform here. Now, there's a couple of these, and as you can see, all these various pits would lead us out into different places. This is the correct choice. You can't get up onto these ledges any other way. And this is the one you want to get on, because once we round this corner, as you can see, there's a switch back in that little room over there. So, at worst, the first time it might take you a few different times jumping down, and if it takes too long, it can get somewhat annoying, because you do move somewhat slowly in water, and it's kind of a long process to get back up. So I could see where that might be frustrating, but not really in a it's hard to figure out way, just kind of it's taking a little bit of time. And yeah, that is kind of the one thing about this dungeon, is that while you're doing this underwater movement stuff, it does kind of go a little bit slowly. It's not too bad once you get used to it, but it may kind of feel like it's dragging on, especially if you have to jump down here multiple times, The good news, however, is that there are no random encounters underwater, so, at least they didn't go that far with it. That would just make this really, really tedious. But in order to get back up, we have to take this little passage over here on the west wall, and there's going to be a couple ramps leading up. And like I said, just because you walk so slow, it seems like it takes really long, even though it's not really that big of a passage. You just got to deal with the slow movement, I guess. So I could see why that would sort of be a deal breaker for some people. It just, for me, the atmosphere to this place is just really, really cool. It's got this, like I said, this kind of dark blue color scheme going on like everywhere, and it's really, really neat. So that really evens it out for me. Especially once you know your way around the puzzles, it gets a lot better too. Alright, so that clears out the west switch. Now we've got two more on the east and the south. So we might as well just make our way around and take on this one next. Right, now once we get in here, we're going to have sort of a miniature puzzle. Alright, before we get on to that, actually, we can talk about that last battle. I actually had a battle with two Go Loopers and actually managed to defeat both of them. And I picked up a very interesting accessory along the way. You can see right now we've got the white map equipped. Well, I just picked up the black map. It leads enemy creatures to the holder and also improves chances for a first strike. So, obviously, the opposite effect of the white map. It'll lead to more encounters. Good if you're wanting to grind or maybe get gold. So that might be a good thing to put on in those circumstances. Of course, right now, I'm going to leave the white map on. just because it's a lot easier on me if you have less random battles. I know it doesn't really make a lot of difference to you because I cut them out, but anyway, we need to be getting to that switch across the way. As you can see, we've got another one right there. So, like I said, this is a very miniature puzzle, very easy to figure out. We just walk on down the ramp, turn around, walk back up this ramp, press the switch. And as you can see, that one basically fills this room with water, obviously creating a bridge to get across. Like I said, very easy to figure out. And I think Vice is going to make a comment here. It appears that this switch was here to fill this area with water. Yeah, I gathered that. Thank you. Alright, so this time it's going to be an underwater trek back up to the other side. And yeah, I haven't really pointed this out too much, but when it comes to the underwater suit, well, let's get through this battle first. Alright, as I was saying, when it comes to the underwater suit, I think they kind of missed out on some pretty good potential for, you know, some water stuff to go on here. Because as you've probably seen, when it comes to the water suit, basically all it does is let you walk underwater. There's no actual swimming or anything. And as you'll see later on, once we jump down into this big water pit, the physics, I guess, on it are not exactly the best. I kind of think they could have, you know, they might have missed out a little bit on maybe having some real three-dimensional puzzles by letting us actually, like, swim up, you know, something like that. But unfortunately, this is the way they decided to take it, so it kind of makes the water sections really just a slowed-down part of it, but I don't know. I guess I can't really sit here and gripe on the whole water mechanic too much, you know. I do like this place overall. Alright, so anyway, we've now entered the southern door, and this one is a little bit more complex than the other couple puzzles. As you can see, we've got a chest down there we're going to have to pick up. And this one is a little bit more maze-like, but it still really isn't too bad. At this junction here, we're going to take a turn to the right and start heading west. And this will lead us to this little lake here that we can go down into. Alright, now once we're down here under the water, we want to kind of backtrack, but underneath the path we were walking on before. And again, I'm really thankful we don't have these random battles underwater. And taking this path is going to eventually lead us out to that treasure chest that we saw in the opening area. As you can see, we kind of have this little connecting tunnel here, and now we're right back out where we were. And you can probably even see the chest above us there. So in order to get up there, we're going to have to walk around. Very slowly walk around, but we'll go around nonetheless. And we can walk on up the side. And once we get here, we can open this chest and find that, yes, we have another chest battle, so you can probably guess what this means. And our old friend Zivlin Bane has somehow managed to find his way in here as well. I'm telling you, this guy is all over the place. So, still pretty simple. Basically what I do to sort of make this go by quick is Cutlass Fury, guard with everyone else. He'll use his blast quite a bit, but it's no real problem, especially if everybody else is guarding and, you know, sit here and just do the same thing over and over. It goes pretty quickly, even though it may take maybe 4 or 5 Cutlass Furies to actually finish him off. But otherwise, still no real threat, so not too much to worry about. Now, we may even be able to get in a Royal Blade with Enrique, because this he does have a little bit more health. So yeah, I guess we can do that. Before you do that, though, you probably want to make sure that Enrique has at least about 1,500 health, just in case he does decide to use Blast, because it'll take off about that much from him. So, you know, you don't want him to die needlessly and have to waste resurrection stuff on him. Alright, almost done, so let's just guard with everyone else. Maybe this one will do it. Yeah, looks like it did. So even though it takes a few turns, it's really quick if you have everybody else guard. It's no real big deal. Alright, and we get the Windsong Orb. Again, merchant fodder. We also picked up a stat seed. I don't really remember which one it was, because I have to admit I wasn't paying too much attention. I got... No, those are the Choms. Man, I've got a lot of stuff here. Okay, here we go. Here's some seeds. Isol Seed increases will. Sure. I don't know. Max MP, I guess we can give that to Aika. Good for healing and stuff, and none of this other stuff we need to worry about. Alright, so now we get to backtrack quite a bit. I'm going to have to go back through a couple sections of water to get back to the room we originally went underwater in. That was kind of a confusing sentence, but it makes sense if you think about it. Alright, so we have to go back through this little connecting tunnel. Kind of peaceful, isn't it? You hear the underwater sounds. There's, you know, pretty light music going on. It's kind of neat. Alright, so now once we get here in this room, we are going to take the path over to the west here. There's really only one other way to go. And now we've got another little fork. We're going to take the southern path, and this will lead us around a couple corners and eventually to our destination. Gotta go up some hills first, though. And this will lead us right over here, and you can see the switch we're looking for is right at the end. Alright, so now, again, more backtracking. We've actually hit all of the switches we need to hit, so once we get back to that central area, we'll be able to jump down and proceed to the latter part of the dungeon. Alright, here it looks like we've got a new enemy. I'm not really sure what these guys do too much. You don't see them too often, they're a little bit rare. And these are the Sphyruses? Spyrus, singular, of course. Of course, we've got another Slithar back there, so I guess we can have Vice take care of this thing. And you can focus on that. I guess everyone else can focus on it just in case. The Go Looper, again, will probably run. Alright, so it's got a little bit of health. I can't see exactly how much damage it does, because Vice is fast and dodged, but... It's kind of like I said before, though. When it comes to random battles, there's very, very little that could cause you any real trouble at this point in the game. Wow, we got another moon robe. Wow. But yeah, early on, they can be a little bit troublesome, you know, especially like right at the start, the random battles can actually really be a pain. But kind of once you get your party going, once you start getting some more skills, you know, it's really not too much trouble to take out random enemies. Alright, now, here it is. I always get a little turned around here. The ramp to get back up is actually on the northeastern end of this little room. So let's climb back up and head all the way back out. And I got yet another moon robe for that battle. Man, they're throwing those at me for some reason. Alright, so we're just about back to the central room, and then we can continue on with the dungeon. As you can see, the water level has filled all the way to the top, so now we can walk on down this ramp and jump in towards the middle. Now, this is the part where I said I'm not entirely sure these physics are entirely right. As you can see, we jump off and we kind of float for a while, and then we sink, and then we sink faster. And it's basically, I mean, look how fast we're falling. I don't exactly think that would happen, but oh well. I guess this game didn't claim to be the most realistic thing of all time, but anyway, we're now on the very bottom floor. You can see we've got a passageway straight ahead, so let's head right for it. Alright, so now we emerge into this little cave-like section. Now, obviously, you want to check out the road behind us. So let's go ahead and climb that up. For some reason it's squeaky, but I guess ropes do that if you leave them here for forever. Who put that rope there anyway? I'm kind of curious. No, I wonder if it was some guy like way back in the old world when they used to come here, you know? But anyway, we've got the moonfish right here. Now, you don't want to walk forward. It's not a huge deal if you do. You can see we've got this little platform. If we step on it, it'll actually take us all the way back down right there by the switch. You can get back up, of course, but it just wastes a lot of time, especially because the only reason you need to come up here is to get that moonfish. Alright, so now we go back down the rope and we continue on. Now we're going to have some more splits here. You can see the path is going to split off to the left. We want to continue straight ahead though. And once we do that, this will take us to a chest. And this has got a moonberry. Now I want to see how many moonberries I have. Well, I can't learn anything with Vice. Okay, we've got 4, so we may be able to pick up something new here. Again, I'm probably not going to continue along Aika's path, because the rest of the stuff I'd never really use anyway. We'll probably go ahead, since we have the 4 moonberries needed to learn this, we're going to go ahead and get this. As you can tell by the description, revives, cures all adverse effects, and completely restores all HP of all allies. It uses a ton of SP, but this is an incredibly good healing move, basically putting you all the way back up to full health. This is Lunar Light. So we're going to go ahead and learn that, and we've finished up Fina's S moves, so that's cool. Now let's head back and take the south split there. Alright, whoa, look at those things, man. I got some new enemies here. These are the Mantoids. Now, these things can be slightly annoying because they actually have quite a bit of health. We've got Vice switched over to yellow here, so let's go ahead and we could get off a Cutlass Fury. We'll probably need it, and you know, we'll go ahead and focus. Did I do it on the second one? I think I did. Oh, we'll just have everyone focus on that one. And assuming, yeah, it's not guarding, I don't think, so maybe we could take it down. But as you can see, okay, it is actually guarding. That's why I did so little damage. And oh, Slipar, that's not cool. Oh, this random battle is going to turn out to be a pain. I think we could have actually used a heal. Oh, thank goodness it missed on everyone. I think we... Yeah, because everyone's a little bit down on health. We may have to do that in between. We should be fine for this battle, though. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's guarding. I picked the worst time to do that. But that takes it down to a little bit below halfway. Yeah, Enrique's taking a bit of a beating there, too. Vice is good, though. Oh man, that's a weird looking attack too. And fatigue, wow. Alright, well, we've got enough for Cutlass Fury, so that's good. We'll probably go ahead and do it on that last one. I'm assuming this Mantoid isn't guarding anymore. We should be able to take it down with everyone's physical attack. I was hoping for a counterattack there to take that thing out. It's weird that the Go Loopers aren't running away. Okay, well, there goes that one. Man, I don't think I've ever actually seen it use Slipara before. Ugh, man, that just looks kind of gross. Alright, so down goes one Mantoid, and we'll see how much damage Vice does. Yeah, so that does a pretty good chunk there. We'll be able to take it down. Ooh, terrible bite. Oh man, Enrique. Don't die, man. Come on. I need you to stand through this one. Alright, we'll do this. We'll have Enrique guard. I don't know if it'll make that big of a deal. I'm sure if he gets hit, he's probably down. And hopefully we can take it down. And the Go Looper ran away, so Vice will use his Cutlass Fury if he gets to him. Alright, yeah, looks like we took it down.
It's over at last.
I know, buddy, you've had a hard time. It's alright, we'll fix you up. Alright, so let's get in and have Aika. What I like to do for healing between battles is just go to Sacrum and spam the A button. Okay, we're good. Because MP really isn't that hot of a commodity right now. You know, we've got so much to refill it anyway if we really need to. Alright, you can see we've got a Cham right there we, of course, want to pick up. Alright, so now let's continue through. Now, once we go through this doorway here, we're actually going to have a forced battle. As you can see, wow, I stopped right before, and that's pretty good. And this isn't too tough. It's going to be against these two things that you might have seen on the wall. These are Allospheres. Their regular attacks can petrify, which is a little bit of a pain, but if we can take them out fast enough, it won't matter. They're weak. They're blue, of course, so they're weak to green and purple. We can switch everyone else over to purple, since the first two are on green. Oh, one's already on it. There we go. And we should be able to at least take this one down. You can see they've got quite a bit of health. Yeah, but that Cutlass Fury, alright, good. I figured it would probably do quite a lot of damage. I didn't think it would do that much, but that critical hit also helps, so it should only get one turn of attacks here. Now we'll see if it petrifies her. Yep, see, there it goes. So if that happens too much, it can get annoying, but if you just go all out on attacks, then you'll be good. Now this would be a problem. Yeah, it's like if it actually petrified everyone through counterattacks. Enrique may be able to take it out. Oh man, it's got just a sliver of health left. Alright, well, Cutlass Fury will guard with everyone else, and this will take it down. I mean, that was overkill, really, but Cutlass Fury is guaranteed to hit, so, you know, might as well go with that. So now goes that battle. I've got a Gem of Fluidity from it. That's just an accessory that's not really too special. So now let's continue forward. We've got just one little puzzle to take care of. Nothing too big. If we step here and hit this switch, you can see it'll drain the water out of this room. And now we go straight to the east and press the one switch we can see. And this will raise it back up. And this is basically all we have to do. There may be more than one way to do that. You can see there's a couple other things of interest. But really, all you need to know is that you hit those two switches, and then you can run around this way. And you can see that'll create a little bridge here with this block, and this will let us continue forward. It looks like there's more than one way to do that, but that's just always the way I did it. Alright, so we can hit this switch here, and this should be the final switch, I believe. Yeah, this is going to raise the water level again. It looks like you could have optionally gone down that hallway and fought all those battles, but I would assume this would be the better way to do it, since you get to skip all those. I don't know, maybe if you wanted the experience, you could find whichever way you needed to go through to get that way, but I think I'll just skip everything and take the high road. Alright, so now let's go through this door, and we should be very, very close to the end here. I'm pretty sure this is actually going to be one of the final rooms. I'm pretty sure the second to last. So we can step on this little thing here, and this will take us down. Alright, so off we go, and into what is going to be the final room before we find the blue crystal. And you can already tell by the music this is an important place. So let's get going. You know, the music, the save point, and we've got this little square here. So I think this looks like a pretty good place. I'm gonna wait. I was gonna show you that, but you know what? It's better to save it for next time. You know, get some suspense going, see what the final room looks like. So, all right, we're gonna leave off right here. Next time we are going to take this little transporting stone block thing on down and see if we can find the blue moon crystal. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.